Welcome here to Charles Boulevard. My name is Pavel, and today I'm going to talk about electric guitars. And not only about electric guitars, I'm going to talk about Stratocasters. And I have a few. So this is a interesting thing, mainly for the people who are not guitar players, because it's so funny that we tend to have many electric guitars. Some people say, why? You just have one, learn to play and you got it, that's it. Well, that may be one attitude, but that's not the way the life goes. Once I play, I feel better with something than with the other, and the sound is different, everything is different, and I found that each guitar I have kind of asks me how it should be played, and it always gives me the inspiration. So when I listen to the song I should play in, I'm thinking which guitar should be the best for that, and that's great if you have the choice. So it's always better to play something that feels great in that exact situation. And the thing is that it's not only the guitar, how it sounds and how it's played, but it's even our hands. So not every guitar feels great for me. And now I have to say one story that I will tell you later for sure, at least one more time. And it's that people changed a lot. And sometimes people want to see the world a little bit differently than it actually is. Because when I was the beginner guitar player, I thought, and I even think today the same way, one of the beautiest electric guitars ever for me, it's the Gibson Les Paul Custom. Black Beauty. That's so beautiful. And I was very lucky because when I was young, I had some of these guitars in hand. And I was so frustrated because unfortunately those Les Pauls are not built for my hand. I don't feel good playing it. It's so beautiful when I watch it, but I don't feel good playing it. And there's no connection between two of us. We weren't built for each other. And that's sad, but one day I had to accept the truth. The other thing, I always thought that Telecasters are the ugliest guitars in the world. I must say, Telecasters today are one of my favorites. The same Stratocasters. I really hated the sound of Stratocasters when I was very young. And I think that Stratocaster is one of the best tools any guitar player can have because it has wide range of tones, a lot of tones. And today we are going to talk about Stratocasters. But maybe to end the idea that I had is that it's not only that we are built for each other, but it's even that your taste is changing throughout the times. So I cannot imagine putting a tattoo on my arm when I was young and now being so frustrated because I would hate it, because I feel almost opposite about many things that I did when I was young. So this is kind of interesting. But back to the Stratocasters. It's not only that the Stratocaster is a special guitar and it has some sounds, but it also, I found that every guitar is a little bit different. So I understand even those guitar players who have 20 Stratocasters, because I can imagine each one is different. They have something in common, but it's different. And I'm going to show you now. I will have the same amp, the same setting of the amp, and you will hear that sometimes it's a little bit different. And I will also say some couple of things. It reminds me, if you watch our videos with the cover songs, I use the same amp and the same setting for everything. I'm just changing the guitar, and the guitar tone is completely different. Sometimes it's wild, sometimes it's very polished, but the setting is still the same. So that's very interesting. Check it out. Check Charles Boulevard YouTube channel for sure, just to hear the differences. Every guitar sounds different, and I play differently on each guitar. Well, so the first one I have now is Fender Stratocaster. This is American standard. Standard. I think it's 2008 or something like that. Pretty new when I look at it. Well, but this is my I would call Nigel Tufnell guitar, because this looks exactly the way I bought it, even with those stamps, you know. So don't even point at it. But it's I kind of liked it that way. I even had the factory strings for a real long time because I just liked the sound. But still, this is very, very kind of polished Stratocaster for me. So when you listen to that, Stratocasters have those beautiful combination of pickups, this combination and this combination. So this is exactly one of them. This is the other one. But it can be even very sharp, you know. Or the other way. But this, even when I put it in the wilder sound, it's still, you hear almost each string. It's very polished, very nice, very. It's well, I like it, but sometimes it's too polished for me. So I had to go another way. So I built a Stratocaster for myself. And, well, I'm not a luthier, so this is just created Stratocaster from parts. I used the body, I don't know from where. I used a neck that was actually built for me by one luthier here in Prague, who tried to go a little bit closer to 58 Stratocaster. I don't know if he succeeded, because I've never had a 58 Stratocaster in my hands, but this one definitely suits well in my hand. And let's look at the intro. The same setting of the pickups, and the sound is different than the Fender Stratocaster. I have Fender pickups in it. I have Emerson electronics, so it's a Goto bridge. So it's a good instrument, even though I did it by myself. I love the sound. You know, you got it. It's there. It's even when But I must say, this is a little bit harder beast than the Fender. It's you have to hit it harder to get the sound out of it, but it's, when you do, it sounds so beautifully. But I told you before, once my guitars got stolen, so I was thinking what to do. So at first I bought some cheap guitars, and I found that they were no pleasure for me from some reason. Cheap guitars do exactly what you want them to do, but they don't give you a lot. And that's why I went. I thought, okay, so let's do something I would consider cheap, but I would also have fun with it. So I bought a guitar kit from Carvin Guitars. They used to be called Carvin back then. Now they are Kiesel, I think. And this is amazing instrument. It's a guitar kit, but it was so easy to put together. I have a hardtail bridge, great feel of the neck. Bird's eye maple is my favorite wood. Locking tuners, you know, fantastic. And I started to play this guitar a lot, and it's that's great. Let's listen to the intro. This one is even more aggressive than the one I called the Hard Beast. And it's if I put a little bit more drive. That's maybe Carvin is more for shredders, so I always tend to be a little bit more like to do something fast. Well, it's fun. It's great guitar. I still don't know. Maybe I will change the pickups once, but that's fantastic for live sound. I use it on empty streets. It was great. And if you want to build a guitar by your own from the guitar kit, I would start here, because the thing that arrived to me was so easy to assemble. Everything was prepared. There wasn't much work. I just put it together, and it sounded immediately great. So I would start here, and then I would go for some cheaper alternatives, because there is much more work that you would have to do with it. And that's exactly the last story. I had a guitar that I was trying to modify all the time, and I found it not really appealing. It was kind of I felt strange playing it, so I was kind of putting everything from here to there, and two pickups kind of stayed unused, and that was the Fender Laser and Seymour Duncan Dugbucker. And so I said, okay, I should put it somewhere. So I bought a guitar kit, some of the cheapest, and built this. And the funny thing about this guitar is that I did something wrong in the wiring. So I knew immediately. I probably know even what, but I found it's good, because that's exactly the tone I don't have anywhere. So, and now I'm going to say something very strange maybe for some people, and it's that remember, this is only rock and roll, and there are no rules. So nobody should tell you what is the best and how it should be made and how you should play, because it's only rock and roll, and we have to find our ways. And sometimes mistakes are exactly the things that bring inspiration. So this is at first. Let's play the intro again. Again, the sound is very nice, but it's not inspiring, at least for me. But there's something about it that just isn't it. So this is a very good tool when I rehearse, when I do just something, or when I just try to figure out something. But I would not choose it as main guitar, at least for the concert for sure. But I'll show you now this tone. So bad that there's something about it. It's this is very useful, and I'm pretty sure where I'm going to use it right now. So that's just the bad wiring between these two pickups. It doesn't sound the way it should, but it's. That would not be the sound I would like to hear from my guitar when I play the guitar by myself. But at the recording situation, with the band, this exactly can be the sound that you need to put in. And I don't want to use many stone boxes and to alter something to get this kind of weird sound. It's great when I have it right here, just switch tone and listen. This is a beauty. And now just a little bit back. This is completely out. And I can even hear it here. There's something like iron in the sound, and it's so crazy, you know. And here, so many sounds in one guitar. That's amazing. So what to say at the end? I would say go for a Stratocaster. It's amazing guitar. Try whatever. It doesn't have to be Fender. It doesn't have to be Tom Anderson. It doesn't have to be Shure or whatever expensive. It can be anything. Just try it and try to figure out where it would be nice. And compare those guitars, because you will find, maybe, I'm pretty sure you will find an inspiring sound. Well, that was everything for today. I hope you enjoyed Rain, at least as much as we did, especially the last time. Watch Charles Boulevard. I was very happy you were here today. Subscribe and see you again. Viva Charles Boulevard.